Paranoia is in boom. The PR transmissions will assume they'll try to push drugs to keep us all dumbed down and hope that they will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed. Another green bells wrapped around our minds, and endless red tape to keep the truth confined. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious.
Hey guys, was not planning on going live, but I'm feeling inspired to talk about something I've actually never spoken about in my 7 years of doing a podcast. So I'm assuming that some people understand what it's like to be depressed or have anxiety or have had, suicidal ideation, of course, trigger warning. But when times are so desperate and you feel like you are just like, you don't know what else to do, like you are that desperate, you kind of go to measures that you're like, I will never do XYZ. And you go through like the bargaining process and you're like, if I do this, can we do this? And, as an atheist, a humanist, but most people don't know what that means. So it means, you believe no God, but you still support humanity. But, another word for that people understand more is an atheist. So I found myself praying today. And if you would have even told me yesterday that I would have prayed, I don't know who the fuck I'm praying to. I have no idea. I haven't been to church or prayed legit in 25 years. Probably more than that. But, what's going on in Gaza, I'm kind of like, I was just like, I don't know what else to do. Not that it's, on me per se. But I was just kind of like, I don't know what else to do. I am going to pray. If there is some kind of God, please listen to the millions of people who are begging for this to stop. And I didn't necessarily think it was going to do anything, but it was my last resort. I mean, at this point, so many of us are feeling so desperate that we are just willing to try anything. And, I was very much a churchgoer my whole, all the way through high school, Sunday school, camp, trips with the youth group. I did all that shit because of my parents. They didn't force it on us or anything. It was just something we did, and we had friends there and stuff. So it wasn't like a huge, big thing to us. We grew up Lutheran. We had friends in the church we would hang out with. We liked a lot. And it just, I was never really religious, so to speak. It was, I've always been very philosophical, and I kind of like that aspect more, just thinking about morality and humanism and things like that, which is one of the reasons I went into minoring philosophy in college and taking world religions courses, because I find it very fascinating. So, religion intrigues me. I find it very interesting, but it's not something I ever really connected with. Um, I think, prior to October, I think the time I've only felt connected was when I've gone to Black churches, because the way they dance and sing and the music is just so inspiring, and it's just, you feel so connected, and it's just like you feel what they're feeling, like you feel what they are talking about. It's beautiful, and I would go back in a heartbeat. um so the experiences I've had at Black churches have been amazing, and I would absolutely go back. However, I also find myself connecting, um, after October, doing things with Jewish Voice for Peace. The first time I went to DC for a Free Palestine march, it was run by Jewish Voice for Peace, and there were prayers, of course, not just by Jewish people, but also by Muslim people, and which is fine, that's absolutely fine. And I found myself so connected to Jewish people and Muslim people, because in those moments, you are so emotional, and you are so upset, and you are so heartbroken, and you're listening to the pleas of these people who are essentially begging who they pray to make this stop. Have mercy, please. We are begging you. We pray to you. We are good for you. We do right. We are begging you to please stop this. And it's hard not to get, you know, really worked up in that moment. And I found myself praying along with them. If there is a God, he ain't going to listen to me or she, because I'm a heathen. But, in those very emotional moments and very touching moments and very, everyone there is just so heartbroken and so depressed and so defeated and just so like, how do we keep going? That feeling, that solidarity, that beautiful solidarity is enough to make anyone join in. So I was perfectly comfortable. It wasn't even something I consciously did. It was just, can we bow our heads? We'll say a prayer. Okay. I didn't consciously think of it. I just did it because it felt good. And it felt like we were all doing something together. And it was beautiful. And it was hopeful. And I've felt like that every single time I've gone to a Free Palestine action. There's always prayer of some kind, whether it's Jewish, Muslim, both, uh, Christian, what have you. I'm very open to, um, people just wanting to do something better. Like, bring it. We need all the, like, bring the prayer, bring the positive juju, bring the fucking, beads, the crystals. I don't fucking care. Bring it all. We need it. Um, and today, you know, with more videos and stuff of kids in Gaza, like, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, I refuse to stop looking at videos like that because I will not look away like so many people are. But at the same time, I'm also certainly not desensitized to it, which is good. I don't want to be, but everybody has their breaking point. And earlier today was my breaking point. I just sobbed uncontrollably for over an hour. And I'm like, if there is a God, please, please, please listen to us. And I just started pleading. And I realized, holy fuck, I'm almost 45 years old and I just prayed. It was like an out of body experience. It was really weird to acknowledge afterwards, but that's how desperate I felt. And that's how desperate so many of us are feeling. And what I started feeling afterwards was rage. And the rage stems from, if there is a God, whichever one of the 3,000 there are, they're supposed to be all-knowing. And that being said, that means they know what's going on right now. They know what is happening in Gaza. They know the pain people are feeling. They see what's happening, not just in the videos, but they see it real time. And I refuse to pray, to worship, to bow down to anyone or anything that has the ability to stop what's going on and doesn't. Because that's what all of this comes down to. I have seen people make comments in all sincerity, like in absolute earnest. It's all God's plan. Or we can learn lessons in this. You really think that? That is so fucking offensive. That is so beyond offensive. You think if there is a God, this is his plan? Well, fuck your God. If that's the case, fuck them. Who the hell? This all-knowing, all-loving being, who would, be able to correct this, be able to stop this, and just continue to watch it? There are no kinds of lessons that can be learned from this. The only lesson people need to learn is who is standing up to fight against what's going on and who is sitting by. And if you're saying that you believe in a God who is all-knowing and almighty, and you are having the audacity to say something so disgusting as it's in God's plan, as to minimize the extreme pain and unbearable hopelessness that people are feeling, to minimize that and say, well, it's all in God's plan. Shame on you. That is disgusting. That is literally the least you could do, is fold your hands and say, please stop. That is the least you could do. And it's not doing anything. So if you want to pray, go for it. Absolutely. I'm not going to tell you not to be a certain religion or to stop praying. But I'm telling you, as far as I go personally, that I will not bow down and worship anyone who supposedly has the ability to stop these fucking people from being massacred and is not doing anything. That is not someone or something I will ever worship. Period. So I think this is a time that a lot of people are questioning their spirituality. And a lot of people are saying, what have I believed in? Because where are they? Because you can only hurt so much, even in life, even putting Palestine aside, even in, you know, in other moments, personal moments. It is a stab to the chest when somebody says, it's God's plan. That does not make people feel any better. It actually enrages them because there is no compassion in there. That is the most, you know, minimizing and, you know, just, it's a way to completely discount their feelings. It's so wrong. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on, you know, it makes me sad that so many people are turning to whichever God they believe in and asking them to help when in fact they are, if they are what they say they are, they're sitting by and watching something that they would have the power to end. Again, I absolutely will not disrespect anyone at these rallies and such who pray or anything like that. That is not my goal of this. I believe that prayer and religion is a 100% personal thing, and I am not going to tell anyone who to pray to, who not to pray to, anything like that. I'm not going to. It's not my place. But I am going to say how I feel. And this is how I feel. I feel like out of desperation, I actually prayed to something for the first time in 25 years and just felt rage afterwards. Desperate people will do anything. And as far as the Muslim community, I 100% understand why they are staying strong in their faith. Absolutely 100%. But as I said, what frustrates me more is not that people are religious, but the comments of it's all in God's plan. God will never give you more than you can handle. That is so beyond insensitive. Anyway, I wasn't planning to go live. I just felt like I really needed to rant about this because I can't be the only one who's feeling this way. I can't. There's no way. So keep fighting. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep loving everyone in your life. Keep going to marches and who is that? I can't see. Oh, thank you, Brad. Yeah, I mean, it's solidarity is more important than ever. And, you know, despite everything I said, I will absolutely go back to, a Black church in a heartbeat. I will absolutely continue to march with Jewish Voice for Peace. I will absolutely stand with my Muslim brothers and sisters in prayer. This is solely my feeling on the desperation people are feeling right now, despite people saying they're praying. So yes, please smash the like, smash subscribe, share this. Thank you so much for watching, and free Palestine.